The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line.
I'll get on the phone too. That's probably...
The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line.
No one's
The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, attendees who are in listen-only mode.
I can't see your screen.
Of course. Well, there's nothing to see on the screen yet. I can put up a 404 error page.
Yes, I'd like to see that. Since you claim we've never made an error, I'd love to see that. Bring that up, please.
That's actually on purpose. It's not an error, therefore.
Oh, okay. I'm no longer presenter. Thanks a lot. Okay.
All right. Well, first of all, everybody, we apologize for the fact that we had to give you a second link. And I guess that just shows how popular this whole event is, because approximately 40 minutes before we were supposed to go live, we already had way more people than GoToWebinar could handle. We had a little bit of a crash. We gave out a link for a new GoToWebinar link about, 20 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, and we are already about maxing this one out as well. So we really, really appreciate the fact that you guys are enthusiastic, that you've been following along, that you put up with that little inconvenience or switching links. And we are working on this. We will be launching an MLM where we sell our own webinar service. So that will be sorted out. We're going to wait like just a few more minutes because of the little, switching of the links. There are still people who are moving over. So we're just going to give them about 3 minutes and then we will get going. In the meantime, Roger is going to hum a tune for us, and Jason is going to just agree with the humming.
Yes. Please pay attention to Sally up front, where she tells you for the 1 millionth time there's no smoking on the airplane, as there hasn't been smoking for 20 years, and how to fasten your seatbelt in case you mentally forgot how to do that. Proceed. I got music.
Okay, well, you know what we'll do? We'll do a synchronized thing. You will sing, or you will hum or something, and then we will synchronize, and I will translate your deep emotions from the music into a visual display.
So how's this gone from a
This should work out well. Ready?
a cat webinar to a dog webinar?
I don't understand that. Frère Jacques, dormez-vous. Don't know the rest of the song. Fallopian tube. Fried egg in a skillet. Except the handle's bent. It could be a piece of garlic. Sing with me. Try and guess what this is.
This is the voice of reason speaking. We're about maxed out. So, how's everyone doing out there tonight?
There we go.
Yeah. How's everyone doing in eBay? I've been seeing some crazy results come across the screen over there on Facebook, guys. They're rocking it out. Look at this. We should do this every webinar. Everyone's pumped. Look at them go in the chat. We had over 5,000 people hop on a GoToWebinar in less than 24 hours notice. I think
less than 18 hours notice.
Yeah,
it wasn't even 8. It was less than 12 hours notice. We sent it out at about 8.
Yep, and 5,500 people showed up, and we were conservative in the numbers that we blasted out. So just nuts, guys! You guys are awesome for being here, jumping links, doing all kinds of crazy stuff to be here, and we appreciate you guys being here. So we just hit maximum capacity.
Yep. We are done.
We are at 1,001 people on the webinar. Are you guys ready to get this started? You guys ready to rock this thing out?
All right. Well, first of all, for the uninformed or those who are just not very good at charades, what you just saw was, like I said, the deeper thoughts of Roger. So we went a little deeper than skin deep, and that is exactly what it is. Many of you are absolutely correct. That is an empty stomach with a donut inside. With another donut on the way. That's the key point. That this is a never-ending chain. It just never stops. So there's that. Anyway,
It's cute.
Done with that. Moving away from all the weird medical stuff. All right, you know, I think we need to change the topic quickly. So let's discuss the fact that we maxed out 2 webinars. Okay, we already talked about that. Everybody's doing really well on eBay. People are doing amazingly well with FBA stuff. It's been really exciting just seeing that and seeing the reports that we've been getting about how well people have been doing. We have tons of people who have at this point shown that they are doing at least 5 figures a month, many of them, from the FBA side of things combined with the dropshipping side of things. We have a lot of affiliates even who are doing really well on the eBay side, doing really well on the FBA side, doing really well on affiliate side, all combined. So it's very exciting to see this all play out the way that it's playing out, because every now and then you set out to build something, you set out to do something, and you have this intended goal in mind, and when you reach that intended goal, it's very exciting. And that's kind of what happened here with DSD. We set out a goal, and we are going to now be listening to more of the feedback that we've gotten over the past year and a half. DSDomination began as 3 levels. There were 3 products in there, and they were just video training. There were 3 video training products when we began. And at this point, we have, if you go in our back office, there's links galore, there's all the stuff, there's all the software, there's all this extra training, and all these things built up on each other. So the first order of business that we've had to deal with was actually simplifying the whole system down again, basically bringing it back and restoring the simplicity to the whole thing. And to that end, we will be making live that which will be called DSD 2.0. Okay, that's just the super fancy, ultra logical name for the fact that this is the new iteration of DSDomination for a few different things. First of all, we are actually naturally updating a lot of the trainings, thanks to Roger, recording videos. The other thing that we are doing is we are revamping some of the software, adding some new software in there, and just all sorts of goodness. And then finally, we are actually going to be putting a new design with a much more simplified navigation, with an easier flow throughout the whole thing. And of course, assuring even better, returns for all of you, even better results for everyone involved. So for, assuring that actually happens, we have decided to do a couple of things. We had this discussion about potentially a lot of the stuff we are releasing now in DSD 2.0 is obviously new stuff, additional stuff, and things like that. We are going to be releasing pretty much all of that at no extra cost. We will be including that in existing packages like Elite, in Supremacy, and so on. And in addition to that, there will be a completely separate product being released in a little while as well, okay, in a couple of months or so, and we will come to that and discuss those details in a little bit. Raj, do you want to actually lay out some of the things that we're going to be putting out here and what's coming?
Yeah, I'd love that. Can you throw me the screen really quick, please?
I have like a million jokes I want to make about how you cannot actually throw screens, and if I throw the screen will break, the webinar will be canceled, and so on. But I can't because I don't know which one of these dominations you are.
I'm the fat one.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, there I am. That's not me. I'm not getting up the box anyway. Unless it's just going, okay, cool, awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Tish. I have it now. We're ready to do something productive now. So, I was astounded about 10 days ago. I think it's 10 days. It's been kind of a whirlwind as I came back very sick. But I was out meeting with some vendors and stuff like that, and a gentleman just out of the blue walked up to me, and a heavyset guy, taller than me. I'm not sure where he's from, but he came up to me, and he just surprised me. He called my name, and he just went into this rant about how well he was doing with Genesis and how he's making $5,000 on one product. He just launched this other product. He's already making $3,000. And you're going to be specializing in the pet niche and stuff like that. And it just kind of shocked me. And I grabbed him aside and I started cutting a video on it, which I don't normally do. And I asked him if he had, if he was still working. And he said, no, he had left his job. And I guesstimate he was like 22 years old. And as I'm looking at all the younger folks out there, I had a chance to meet Dion Jaffe's father recently, a couple weeks ago. If you don't know who Dion is, he's a younger guy. He's been with DS since the beginning. I've been working with him for a long time. And I had a chance to meet his father for the first time. And we were kind of walking through and talking about things and realized that for the most part, the younger generation that are involved with DSDomination will never, ever have the story. When I was younger, I used to, fill in the blank, walk uphill both ways, work 70 hours a week, run pizza, work at McDonald's, stuff like that. And, there's some good that comes out of that, but I take a lot of great pride in the fact that they won't have to face that stuff, and it's a good feeling. And we forget about it as owners over here as we go through the muck and some of the stuff that we face on a daily basis. So to all my fellow owners and things out there, there's a lot of good things we've done. We just never get a chance to celebrate that. So there's one story you might not have been aware of that you guys can internalize for whenever you want to bring that up. So I've been also meeting with a lot of leaders in DSDomination, discussing how some of the training evolves into being outdated, and as changes emerge. I mean, when eBay makes a little subtle change on their screen, I can't go redo all of the training and spend hours doing that. So it builds up over time. And the last change, I think, was prior to the last August announcement of all these announcements by eBay and stuff like that. I revamped all of the training. And I'm going to revamp it all again. Starting tonight, it'll roll out from start to finish, from pro to elite, all the way up. And Kevin already has some of the videos that I've cut earlier this week that he's going to upload tonight. I'll finish off the pro tonight. I'll make sure that everybody gets an email with any additions that are in there, so to go back and check them. You don't have to keep going back and checking and rewatching all of them. I'll give you the point by point in the email on what's been updated. Now, I'm pretty excited. We're going to talk about this later on in the presentation. I know you guys are all eager to get to options and things like that, but I've been doing something on the side here on top of DSDomination with very, very little time. And I've made tens of thousands of dollars doing it, and I've introduced it to a few other people that are making thousands and thousands of dollars doing it. So obviously it's probably leaked by now that we have an event coming up. Here's a little snippet of where the event's going to be. We'll talk about that later on. It's a beautiful, beautiful place, and we'll tell you how you guys can participate in that. But if you remember at the last event, I kept talking about we're going to launch Genesis, and then all this excitement built, and we launched Genesis, and so many people left their job. It's ridiculous. So many people are making incredible, amazing money. It's insane. I'm telling you, what I'm going to launch at the next event is going to be as big as Genesis. Okay, I'm going to just go out there right now. I'm launching two major things at the event, and one of them will at least be as big as Genesis as far as income potential for you goes. So stay tuned. I'll come back later on and talk to you more specifically about the event later on in this presentation, but be very excited. We're really jacked up, and again, I do personally apologize for all the angst on getting on this webinar. We still haven't found a good platform for everything, but we're just too dang big, and everybody that's been following us since the beginning, God bless you guys for hanging on. All the new people, you're about to see what we're made of. Back to you guys.
All right, well, I guess everybody saw the picture. I'm sure a lot of you would have already guessed where that hotel was, of the little picture that you saw. We will be announcing all the details of that very soon here, and we'll be announcing, obviously, the event. Obviously, this will be an event where we'll have both the DSD side of things, we'll have option side of things, we'll have all sorts of exciting stuff, as well as some hints of what's next, okay? Just like we did in the last event. So we're going to run through very quickly on the DSD 2.0 stuff and what we're going to be putting out there. This is all going to be rolled out over the next few weeks. And the reason we're doing this is because we know that everybody wants to hear about options, how do we get in, how do we get started. So we're going to do all of that. Before that, we just want to make sure that everybody's up to date on where things are going with DSD. Okay, so this will actually be the new DSDomination back office design. As you guys can see, the actual thing is ready. I obviously can't show it to you on in the actual live browser, because then a lot of people will go to the link and they're trying to check it out, and we just don't want that right now. Okay, so this will be the link. As you can see, we've actually tried to make it a whole lot cleaner and very easy to manage. We made billing and everything else very easy to, very visible. And like you can see here, if you go to the tools menu, you will have research, management, listing, and tracking. We've broken down a lot of the tools because it turns out, despite how successful our tools are, to give you guys an example, listing integration at this point, we're tracking 796,000 listings as of this moment. So that's quite an achievement, I think, overall. But despite that, there's actually a lot of people who are not even aware that we have, you know, a system that manages all your sales, that gives you ideas on what your best selling items are, that tells you what your seasonal items are, that tells you what your highest profitable items are. They don't know that we have a system to track all of your listings automatically. They don't know that we have research that allows you to find products that will sell the best. They don't know that they have optimization tools that build the titles out for you, that give you the images taken care of, and so on. So we are making this very visible and really putting it front center so everybody actually has access to the stuff. And obviously, as you can see, the pro training has all been compressed down into a single page. And the same way Elite and Unleash and so on, they will actually be on one page instead of having them broken down across 6 or 7 different pages. Makes it a lot easier for everybody to manage and follow along. And you will notice down here, we have a little update and notices section where we will be posting all the webinars that are coming up, the webinars that have already been recorded and posted in there. They will all just be posted right there. So you will not have to worry about where do I go to try and find out where the next webinar is happening, when it's happening, where the recording is, and so on. Everything will be right there, along with any other pertinent announcement that needs to be done. So we'll have new videos, like Roger said. He's going to be cutting new trainings on all of these things. Meanwhile, we have a whole new level of integration rolling out. Something that has been planned and talked about for a while. Currently, as you know, that we're managing and tracking across 3 different stores. We will actually be tracking across about 25 different stores very soon. And we're actually just working out the specifics of how we're going to roll that out. We actually have the integration done. It's all ready. We're just in the testing phase of that. So there'll be all that rolling out. We have new designs for all of our software as well to make it cleaner instead of kind of a mess of all of these different listings and different items on there. So there's a whole lot rolling out over here. And like we said, we'll have one main product, one new product that will be rolled out at the event. And we will also be putting out a whole bunch of other updates, really worth more than just another product. I mean, easily 2 or 3 products to themselves, but we'll be rolling those things out for existing members, and like is our policy, we're going to try and do it at no cost if possible to all of you. Okay, so that's what's coming with DSDomination 2.0. That's kind of what we've been working on, cooking up in the background while all the stuff has been going on with options and all the excitement about it, and then now the event. Okay, so if everybody's clear on this, then maybe we can, and yes, there are actually new marketing tools that are going to be released in here as well. Flyers, postcards, things like that, and ability to actually print them off from the site itself. We have all of that coming out as well. And that's actually another example. I mean, most people don't even realize we have a custom flyer builder already released within DSDomination, but again, a lot of people don't realize it because it's not very visible. So I think this will be very good from a lot of different perspectives, a lot of different angles, but we will just have you guys take a look at everything that rolls out, and you know, like always, we'll continue listening to your feedback and make sure that we keep this the best and the most easy to use arbitrage / e-commerce platform that there is. Okay, and at this point, I think we officially are the largest e-commerce arbitrage platform that exists. So we are definitely going to continue being that, and that's basically it. Do you guys have anything to add about DSG 2.0 before we get on the subject of options domination?
Other than that, there's just complete excitement all over the place, whether it's the event or DSD 2.0 and OD. It's amazing to see how much stuff is available to bring success to so many people, and just looking at the comments and just people blowing up and excitement of how they're already doing with DSD and how they're using DSD to fund their OD, and once again how they're going back and upgrading and everything and moving their way from, you know, pro to elite to really working in doing Amazon FBA. So it's just amazing. It's like overexcitement, I think, for everyone. No one's sleeping, I don't think.
Yep. And and they shouldn't. I mean, sleeping is overrated. So I can attest to that. I get a lot done with absence of sleep. Okay. Anyways, all the details about the actual event and when the event will be are all going to be discussed at the end of this particular webinar. Okay. So do you think we are ready to move on to discuss some of the options domination stuff? If you all are ready, if you just want to say that yes, we are ready, or no, we don't want to hear about that, we can arrange for that too.
I think people have been ready for quite some time now.
Yeah. Well, so the first thing the first clear, easy update is that we finally have a date. We'll be launching on April 15th. I'm kidding, obviously. Just wanted to throw that in there, kind of mess with everybody.
And here's Hitesh's address. There you go.
Yeah. And you know what we should do? We should do this, and then we should launch an MLM that sells pitchforks. All right, so let's actually go in, and first of all, I will announce very straight up for everybody that if you go to optionsdomination.com/members, you will see a 404 error. Okay. That's because we don't want people going on there during the webinar. Okay, we just want you guys to listen and pay attention during the webinar. After the webinar, we are going to actually take the recording of this event, of this particular webinar. We're going to post it on DSD site and send an email. And at the same time, you will be able to go to optionsdomination.com/members and log in with your DSDomination username and password. Okay, it's all ready. You will all have access, pretty much immediately. Okay, so we are good to go. We'll be rolling it out. Now, having said that, and that everybody's happy about it, I would actually like to go through what's in options domination. There are quite a few things that we didn't actually discuss, that we haven't touched upon yet, just because we prefer not releasing everything in one shot. So here we are. This is the options domination back office. This is actually the signals page, and I'm just going to walk you guys very quickly through what's in here, what to expect when you guys go and log in later today. And what you should see happen here in the next few days. So first off, you can see that here are the signals and so on. We'll come to signals in a second. Okay, obviously this is one of the main sections, but the flow of the whole site is very straightforward. You're going to start at foundation, go through the training. We go over risk management, money management, what binary options are, what trading in general is, and then how to move on from binary options to other things. So keep in mind that just like DS domination, the name really just indicates the first step, which is drop shipping. In options domination, the name just indicates the first step, which is binary options. But we actually will move on from binary options, just like we move on from drop shipping to FBA. We will move on from just options to commodity trading and a lot of other fun stuff. So go through training. You can then go to the brokers page. We actually go over some of the brokers we have already vetted and gone through. It might help you guys to know that we are actually currently negotiating a final. We are going to be having basically kind of an exclusive system going on with Nadex, which, as you know, is the only approved US US broker at this point for binary options. So there's that. After that, you guys are going to move right into the training for inheritance, where we basically go over what these signals are, what these signals mean, how you're going to take them. As you can imagine, there's a lot less training in here compared to DSD, because there's a lot, there's not as much to understand. There's a lot more to just do. So you just come in here, you are going to look at your signals, and you can start taking your signals if you want. Some cool things that are in here are, for example, your trading diary. Your trade diary is basically where you can log all of the trades that are coming in. So when you take a signal, you will just simply click next to the signal. You click on the signal and say, I have taken the signal. It'll automatically log the signal. It'll log if it was a win or a loss, what your new balance should be. When you first come to this page, it's going to ask you what your initial balance is and take care of everything from there. The other thing, for those of you who are going to be enterprise and legacy members, And if you guys are not aware of what that means, we're gonna explain everything. I'm just gonna do a quick run through for those who are very familiar with this, who have been waiting for a while. We have the system called option mine, and what that does is essentially, let's say we give you an end of day signal, because we'll occasionally have, not occasionally, we every day have end of day signals and conditional signals. What that means is, let's say we issue a signal that says that gold will stay below 1259.36. Now, we don't want you to spend your entire day sitting at the screen waiting for gold to get to that point so you can take a trade, right? So what you do is you basically, again, on your signals page, just click on set a reminder, and it sets up what we call an option mine for you. And whenever the price actually hits that level, it will automatically notify you on your phone app. There's a phone app for options domination, by the way. You'll be notified on your phone. You'll be notified via email. There'll be a notification in your back office that will essentially tell you, hey, the price has been reached. Now you can go take the trade. So you don't need to sit the whole day waiting for these end of the day signals to actually materialize. Okay. You can also set up some of them manually. Okay, so you can actually go through here and you can set up a manual option mine if you want as well. Okay, let's say you are trading S&P 500. You want to set a particular target price for that. You can set that up and set a reminder for how long you want the reminder for as well. Okay, so that's another cool little thing you get in Enterprise. Now, the best part, in my opinion, about Enterprise and Legacy is the fact that you have live trading sessions. Okay, and I'm going to explain how these work, and then we're going to go over the success rates behind this as well. So for the live trading session, when you log in, you'll actually see when the next session is scheduled for. Okay, and then you will also see if the session is currently live or not. So whenever the session is live, you can just come on here and click on enter session, and you'll be able to enter the session. Now these sessions are held every single night. Okay, these are for Asian market, and if you're an Enterprise member, then you get 7 sessions every month. If you're a Legacy member, then you get 18 sessions every month, because we estimate that there's going to be roughly 18 to 20 trading days in a month. So as a Legacy member, you basically can enter the session every single day. If you want to, you can actually purchase more trading sessions for $15 each from within this back office as well. Now, I want you to actually put in perspective what that means. There's a real value of these trading sessions of $15 each. Now, as a Legacy member, you start out with $280 worth of sessions. As an Enterprise level member, you start out with $100+ worth of trading sessions. So you actually have real value of that much money already built in to this point. Okay, so ignoring all the better signals you get and the extra signals you get and the extra training you get and all the other accesses you get, just right here, just in the sessions alone, you have a really, really good thing going for you. Okay, so let's talk about what would happen here. You will enter the session, and it's going to tell you that, hey, you have this many sessions available. Do you want to use one? You click on continue, and once you're actually in the session, this little chat box will start displaying what our trading team is doing in real time. Okay, so they're actually going to say, for example, you can actually see over here, USD JPY, get ready for a put. Okay, then a minute and a half later, they might say, all right, we're going to go in. This is the entry price. Let's take this trade. And then they will actually post a screenshot of why they took the trade as well. They're going to actually show you what they're looking at in their charts. So if you're somebody who wants to learn as well, which I advise everybody should, you can actually follow along and you can learn from this as well at the same time. So obviously this makes it, a pretty nifty little section for education for all of you. But the other thing that it should be highlighted here is the usual success rate and how usually this plays out. So we have about 8 months nearly of data on these live trading sessions. And the 8 months data comes to roughly about 71.4% win rate. Okay, and again, this is all public. We actually publish all of our win rates. They will be available for you guys to see on the signals page. There's actually a video there where I also show you guys us actually generating signals live. And maybe we should do that even on this webinar. I'll actually show you some of our signals being generated. And so that's one cool thing. But here is a little side twist to this. So again, we assume that once you're a Legacy member or an Enterprise level member, you're really looking for more hands-free stuff, right? You don't want to sit here and just stare at the table and then take trades. Okay, I'm kind of minimizing how easy it is. But we don't want you to just be sitting here. So you have option mine that will alert you to when a price has been hit for your end of day trades, so you can go in and take them. But if all you want to do was schedule that you want to take, these trades every day, so you schedule your time, so you have these 4 to 6 trades a night are typically what are taken during this live trading session. So let's say you have 4 to 6 trades taken over here, and then you have between 6 to 7 end of day trades every single day. You basically have more than enough signals and more than enough solid signals to actually get very good results. So some of you might say, well, I can't get on a session. What you can do is, if you're an affiliate, for example, if you have somebody else in your team, if you have somebody else that you want to say, hey, I want you to work with me, I want you to trade on my account, you can actually transfer your trading session credits to somebody else. Well, there are obviously quite a few benefits of that. If you're an affiliate, for example, you can actually give that as a bonus to your new members who are joining Options Domination, to give them a taste of, look how successful you can be just following the live trading sessions. Now, obviously, if I wasn't confident that these sessions are going to do well, then this kind of whole thing falls apart, right? So that kind of should show you how much we believe that this is going to be very, very good. Now, on some occasions, I'll be in here giving the trades as well, but by and large, we have a trading team. We actually have, at this point, a total of 11 traders who work with us, who are contracted with us in different capacities. They issue the trades for us. They do the manual trades for us. They are also vetting some of these trades for us. And if you're a legacy member, they will also be supplying or be providing basically almost one-on-one support to you. So you can actually come up with a trade scenario, say, should I take this trade or not? You can go to a support desk and paste it in there and say, should I take this trade? And one of our traders will actually look at that, analyze it, and tell you whether or not you should take that trade, whether or not it's a good move and why. Okay, so we have that whole education section as well. And we will also have these traders on with us during webinars, and we plan right now on anywhere between 5 to 15 webinars every month, depending on demand, depending on feedback, depending on what you guys need. Okay, so if you're a legacy member, you really, really are kind of set already, because you have the end of day trades, you have your live trading sessions, which are every single day, you have your one-on-one support kind of setting, and you're basically good to go. If you're enterprise, you get some end of day trades, and you can set up your option mines for that, and you get some live trading sessions. If you're an inheritance member, you come in here, you just take the trades that are coming in on the signals table, and you are essentially good to go. All right, so one of the things that we want to address right off the bat is, what can you expect in terms of success rates? What should you be looking at? So the very obvious reality is that, just like with any other business, there is no guarantee of what's going to happen in the future. Okay, that's just something that you have to understand. Tomorrow, eBay could shut down for some random reason, or tomorrow the government could come out and say, we're going to tax the internet, and then everything goes haywire, and things could change. Similarly, the strategies that are working really well for us over a long period of time could suddenly stop working. Okay, so that's why people always say that past performance is not a guarantee of future returns, and that's basically what it means. So I'm just going to give you the numbers of what we have and how long back tests we have run. Okay, so I don't know of anybody else who actually publishes these numbers. We've actually done back tests on these strategies anywhere from 1 year to 3 years. And one of the cool things that we are able to do is we're actually able to run a back test live if you guys would like to see one. Okay, so this is actually USD/JPY. You can see this is our options domination signal provider. And when we say signal provider, that's actually our internal technology based on our internal strategies. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just hit start on this. If what you guys might not be familiar with what this is the MT4 platform. And what we are doing now is we're going to go back in time, and we're going to pretend like we are trading live from the 1st of August to today. Okay, and as each trade is taken, our system is going to tell us when we took the trade, if that trade was a win or a loss. Okay, just to be clear, this does not repaint, it doesn't change what it's doing, and this is all verifiable. Okay, and again, I have a very detailed video that explains all of this and shows all of this in the back office. So I'm going to go ahead and hit start. You guys can see as this continues, and in the meantime, Kevin, if you want to explain a little bit more about what's coming on the affiliate side as well, and some of the other breakdowns, and let's start answering some questions that people might have about this. We can get started with that. Okay,
All right,
so
everyone's watching.
just I think Kevin is unmuting himself. Okay, so just so you guys can see, this is behaving. This is basically pretending like we are back in time. Okay, this is 15th of August, and you can see that the market is moving, like it's really moving. You can't see the future. Unfortunately, a lot of people who sell stuff or teach stuff about taking trades, let's say they sell an indicator or they sell a signaling service. One of the things they like doing is they'll show you a picture and they'll say, oh, look, I took a trade over here, or look at our indicator, it put an arrow over here. Unfortunately, you can never trust pure images. You actually have to run this kind of a back test, because a lot of these indicators do what's called repainting, and they will basically give you false signals. So let's say that the indicator over here said that the market will go down. It doesn't, then it'll just repaint. It'll just move the arrow over here and say, look, the market's going to go down. And then it'll move the arrow up here. And then finally the market does go down. They'll show you a screenshot and they'll say, oh, look, we predicted that the market will go down over here. And they didn't. They actually would have lost 3 times before the one that once. Okay, so that's not what's happening over here. There's no repainting whatsoever. We are actually not seeing what's happening in future. And the signal is issued before the next candle happens. So we actually will take the trade on the open of the next candle, and then we will actually have an accurate understanding of if we are winning or losing. Okay, so we have a little tally that's going to run up here of total trades. Faster, and then Kevin, if you want to talk and entertain everybody as they stare at the screen.
All right, so I get to entertain. So real quick, while you guys are watching this, all you need to know about what you're seeing for people who are unfamiliar with this, and it's perfectly fine, obviously, is that that it's about to spit out results and wins and losses. And for those of you who know what's happening here, it gets very excited. But for everyone who's new and you're saying, wow, this is a lot of stuff and I don't understand what's happening, what's going on. Because we've done a bunch of webinars on OD, Hitesh is kind of diving kind of deep into some things. And this is what you're seeing now. But
yes, and I'm addressing the people who have already attended a lot of stuff before. Okay, so I want to be clear that we will be going over the basic stuff one more time. I want to address the major questions that people might have first.
And that's why we just highly recommend that everyone starts from foundation training videos before they get into the inheritance training and so forth, that they really get a good strong foundation, and it will just make things so much clearer.
Yep, and Kevin, do you want me to give you the screen while this is running so you can go through some of the affiliate side things?
No, I just want to say this. This is how easy it is. While you guys watch this advanced thing, I'm gonna kind of dumb it down and talk to my level, I think. So on my level, here's what I want out of a system. I want something where on the background this advanced stuff is happening, but on the front end I don't have to do any of it. And I want something that I can log in there and it tells me, go copy this, paste it over here, take this trade. And that's exactly what options domination does. So whether you're at the lowest level or the highest level, there's obviously huge benefits, as we all know, being at legacy, the higher level in the company. But for those of you who are new to options trading, it pretty much works like this. You log in, you get what's called a signal, and that signal is telling you to take a trade on a currency going up or down. So then you'll log into your broker account, very easy to set up, same day, and we recommend you start with demo. It's a must. But you'll be able to go in there and say, great, US dollar versus Japanese yen is going down. I'm going to take that trade. And within between 15 minutes and an hour, you'll know if you have won or lost that trade. And what you're looking for is somewhere around a 60% win rate. If you can get that, you're doing good. If you get something higher than that, you're doing amazing. And you're able to scale up your account and grow an income. And so just like for those of you who are in DSDomination when you first started here, in your first day you came online and you went and you copy and pasted some stuff from Amazon over to eBay, and what happened? You made a sale. You made some money. That's the same experience that you will have with options. And it's something that is very scalable. And that's something that we look for in every business opportunity is how big can I take this? Can I take that small action and invest $5 and make $3.50? But then on the same hand, could I have invested $500 and made $350 in that same 1 hour period of time, for example? And that's what we have with options domination, is the ability to do that. Now, for those of you who are on the affiliate side of the house, or actually, let me back up. For those of you who are interested in Nadex and things of that nature, that if you've heard of Nadex and you've been working on Nadex or any of the binary option platforms that are out there, yes, this works with any of them. With Nadex, absolutely. It's our most recommended. It's the only one we recommend for stateside brokers. It's pretty much the only one we concrete stand behind. So yes, for those of you who are asking, does this work with Nadex? Absolutely, it does work with Nadex. Works great with Nadex. It's amazing. So, but for the affiliate side of the house, you guys will be able to have a second stream of income with your affiliate promotions with options domination, number one. But number two, the compensation plan is built in a way that all but guarantees people make some money. And for those of you who are leaders, I want to say this: step back and think of anything that you've ever built on an affiliate side of the house. What has happened to that business? You probably went in there and thought, I'm going to build this for the next 20 years. And then what really happened, that 20 years turned into 2 years, and then 10 companies later. And that's how you get through a 20-year network marketing career, is 10 companies over the course of 2 years by jumping and moving, because people quit, because they're not making money. Well, with DSDomination, we've done it, but with options domination, we've really done it. To the point where the affiliates can come in here, a customer can come in here and make money, and you have that stickiness. The little guy who came in that normally would have quit on anything else will have a way to generate an income. So I'd love for you to attach to kind of show this part, but also kind of walk them through what they can expect at the beginning levels, all the way up to the advanced, and then hit the affiliate side of the house.
Right. So that's actually exactly where we're going. Okay. So we're actually turning this backwards, and we're going to simplify this from this point on. Here's why this was kind of critical, because I wanted everybody to see that we actually have a system in the background that is working, that we run back tests on, that this is not just, hey, I have a theory that, I know a guy who knows how to trade and he's going to tell me what to do. We don't do that kind of stuff. Okay. So here's what the results are basically for this one. Okay. Now, this is not what we do is we actually have advanced filters that we can put on, and we'll actually repeat a test later maybe. And you can see how it improves our win rates. Our win rates will go from 63% in this case to a lot higher. Okay? We will lower a number of trades, but it'll be a lot higher win rate as well. So in this particular scenario, we generated 153 trades, and our winning rate was 63%. Okay, so let's say we want to calculate that. If you had 153 trades, right, and you had a win rate of 63%, and each trade had a payout of 80%, and let's say that each trade that you took was $100, okay, then in that scenario, you would have made $2,050 profit by following these particular signals. Okay, so hypothetical situation, if this was exactly what you did, if you followed every single trade that came through in just this one test that we did with one currency pair, then you would have had a profit of $2,000 if you were trading with $100 each time. Okay, obviously, if you were trading with a bigger size of trades, if you're trading with $1,000, it'll be more. If you're trading with 500, it'll be more. If you're trading with 10, it'll be less. But this is the simplicity that I want to actually bring this to. You guys don't have to worry about all of this stuff, or how we're filtering them, or how we're calculating things. You don't have to think about any of that, okay? All you have to think about is, okay, I can take these trades. Can I just copy paste a trade over? It's very similar to how with DSD we said, all you have to do is do some market research, copy paste the data over, make your listing, okay? And then we gave you the tool. We actually give you the tools to make it happen, to actually do the research for you, to make the listing for you, to help get that whole thing going for you, right? It's the same thing here. We're actually giving you the signals beforehand. Okay, let's take one example, very simple example. Let's say all you did was you took the trading sessions. That's all you did. You're a legacy member. You come in here, you take trading sessions only, and since you're a legacy member in here, you're like, I'm going to try and trade. And we go over risk management, how much money you should be trading with and things like that in here. But let's say you were taking each trade of $250. You come in here, remember you have 5 trades roughly a day on average. You have 5 trades a day. So you're looking at about 90 trades from 18 trading sessions, right? So in 1 month, all you did was you just attended the trading sessions. And like we said, we just have an average win rate so far of 71.4%. Let's say that's all we get. Okay, we just maintain our average win rate over the entire month. Okay, basically at the end of that month, we would have a profit of $6,417. Okay, that's a profit. That is not our revenue. That is the net profit after all of the losses are taken out, everything else is taken out. That would be our net profit. Okay, this is again a hypothetical example of how these numbers kind of add up and how it scales and grows over time. So you guys don't have to worry about how do I analyze the market? How do I figure out what to do here? How do I know that I need to, enter this particular currency at this particular price or so on and so forth? All of that hard work is done for you. You are just attending a trading session. And if this is all that happens in the trading session, then this would be your net return. Okay, this is just a mathematical fact. This is not a promise of just join and you're going to make money. But if you attended and you actually took the trades. Now, let's say that you also took the end of day trades. Let's say you got 5 end of day trades every single day on average, and you have, somewhere between 69 72% win rate over there. Okay, so let's say average win rate comes to just 69%. Okay, so in this case now you have 180 total trades and you have a 69% win rate. In that scenario, you would be looking at that kind of a return over the month. Okay, so this kind, in one way, it really simplifies the entire thing and really brings you a lot closer to how easily you can be generating an income with this. Okay, of course that is dependent upon the signals doing well, that is dependent upon you actually attending and taking the trades, that is dependent upon the markets behaving normally and things continue to be successful. Now obviously we have tested over long periods of time. There are some other signals that come in that are generated over 3 years. We have done back tests on those. So there's a fair bit of likelihood in saying that it should continue the way it has continued, the way it has lasted for the past many years. But the point behind all of this whole thing is, imagine the retention when you can actually tell any of your customers that you have a members area, you go in that members area, and all you do is you attend this event every day, or you just look at the signals coming in every single day and you just follow along, and that's it. In a way, you can imagine why the retention would be even greater than what we have seen in DST already. Simply because there is at no point does a member say, oh, okay, now I've learned enough, now I don't need these guys, right? It's actually perpetually, we are constantly refining our systems, we're constantly introducing new signals, we're constantly taking out signals and filtering them further and making them stronger, just to make sure that our customers are having great success, and by extension, our affiliates are having great success, and by extension, we are doing a world of good in the entire economy, okay, instead of misery that typically comes with MLMs. Okay, sorry, I'm not supposed to say that because we're an MLM company, but that's kind of the reality. So that's the simplified version of what you'll be doing in here. You're going to come in here, and this is actually a good example. I mean, this signal just came in earlier today, once the market's opened, 3 hours into the market's opening, and this was a signal. All you would have done is you would have gone and taken this trade, XAG is silver. You would have gone in here and taken silver at this price. You would have entered. The direction says it's going to go down. It would have gone, and you can see the expiry price. You actually won very substantially. You won by 50, by 5 pips at least. So very, very significant win as it is. And you will actually see that across most of these signals that the win rates, when we actually win, we are winning by 6, 7, 8 pips usually, not by anything less than that. So this is just, it just actually worked. It's really, really good to have a system that works. We kind of did that with DSD. We kind of have a system over here that works extremely well the same way. These entry prices are actually real entry prices. These are not entry prices that you will go there and you find that you never are able to get these in. And you have a whole hour. Okay, these are end of the hour signals. So when the signal comes in at 3 o'clock, you have a whole hour for it to expire. Okay, so until 4 o'clock, you can actually enter at the strike price and still do well. Okay, so that's essentially it. And I know this is the hardest thing about options domination, is that I can't go on and on about everything that you can do in here. The reason being, all you care about is getting good results. And here's how simple it is to get good results. You just come in here, you copy paste, and you're done. So that's really the basis behind this. Now, we do have a lot of education on top of that, and I highly recommend that you go through that. It's necessary, really, in some ways. But this is the easiest, the fastest that you're going to see something start working, typically on your first day. But you want to make sure that you're trading with demo accounts and so on and so forth. Go through the training. We address all of the stuff in the trainings. We want to make sure that you actually follow the trainings instead of just coming in here and going after it. Okay, so there's that. Let's, Kevin, if you want to very quickly go over the different levels that we have in here, what those levels are, and then we'll go over the matrix structure and what it means for DSD members.
All right, so foundation level, foundation is your foundation training, guys. So that's where you're going to get in there. It's kind of like your prerequisite, right? Your homework for the day. It's the first thing you want to do. There's a bunch of videos in there, tutorials that are going to get you up to speed on how to do money management, mindset, things of these nature. But it's actually everything you're going to need moving forward. So pretty quick, you can run through it. But you've got to go through that. Don't skip over it. Go straight into inheritance or enterprise or legacy. At the inheritance level, here's what you're doing.
Which is $49.95, right?
Which is $49.95. Yep. You're going in there and you're grabbing signals off of a table, just like you see right there. You're going to grab the signals. You're going to either put them in your trip mine. Okay, that's going to let you know so if you have like an end of day signal, something that's later on down the road, you would set up the notification to let you know when it's time to take that trade. A lot of times what you'll see is as soon as the trade comes in, you can immediately go take it. That's in the inheritance level. But the signal strength there of what you're going to get is really great, but it gets better because when you move up to the enterprise level, now you're getting into even more filtered signals, more refined signals. It takes less wins at that level, at the enterprise level, to get better results. They're simply better signals, better filters that we're running them through. On top of that, you're also going to get the live trading, okay? So you're talking about 7 live sessions every month that you can go ahead and redeem a coupon for. And so you can let them stack if you miss training, don't worry about it. You can use them when you are ready to trade. So you're getting 7 coupons at that level, at the enterprise level. At the legacy level, now we're getting into, there we go, awesome. Check that out, great. At the enterprise level, you're starting to get into those live tradings, right? You're still getting signals, you're getting better signals, but now you're also getting coached, kind of almost in a very intimate setting where the signal comes across. Here's why we're taking this trade, and you start to educate yourself some more, but you're getting even better signals. 7 a month, 7 live trades. At the legacy level, this is where things get kind of this is where you get kind of in the pros, right? You're starting to get into the pro session. You got 18 live trading sessions that you can run with every month. End of day signals, and those end of day signals are huge for those of you, especially for those of you trading on Nadex. It's nuts, right? Because the longer a trade goes, in a lot of instances, what's going on? The profit is going up. If you're international, same thing. So you're making more money. You want to look at a lot of this as the longer term trade you're taking, the more money you're taking. So it's even less trades that you need to take in order to get the results you're looking for. So definitely it's kind of crazy at the legacy level. But what you can also do, and I want to talk to my affiliates here real quick. For those of you who are affiliates in options and looking to promote this, if you haven't seen the compensation plan, we'll go over that. But those credits that you have, those 18 credits, if you don't use them, you can gift them to folks in inheritance level. So you can gift those as a bonus. It's a built-in kind of economy inside of options domination that really doesn't exist anywhere else. So you can just go in there and say, hey, someone comes in the inheritance or at the inheritance level, you can say, hey, here's a coupon. Go ahead and show up. for the next live trading session, and they don't have to pay for that. They can get a glimpse of what's inside the next level. And that from the affiliate side is priceless, because you're giving people a way to simply go in there and upgrade and see what they're going to experience before they actually have to pay for it. Just one of the best tools to help people make that decision to go to that next level. Because at the end of the day, on the customer side of the house, if you were just a customer here, the higher you are in this system, being you're at the legacy level versus the inheritance, the less you have to do to make it the same income or more. The less time you have to invest, the less trades you have to take. All right, and that right there is just super powerful. So there's some more nuances in there, but from a bird's eye view, this is kind of what we're looking at these levels. Mr. Hitesh, what are your thoughts on that?
He has no thoughts, but I do. So I really think that the biggest thing
Sorry,
is that
keep
everything.
going. I was muted. That's all.
Okay. Everything is so laid out and straightforward for members, and the only thing I see here, and it's, believe me, until I got into doing the trades and so forth, and you hear about everyone talking about mindset, psychological. Until Hitesh made it as a signals base, and when we used to have to watch literally 45 graphs and determine on going through these algorithms that Hitesh came up with and so forth, it became almost like gambling, because you would all of a sudden notice something, and then you'd be like, okay, I was late, and you're like, oh, but I've been waiting and watching graphs for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and didn't see anything. And then it turned into gambling. Now, signals takes all the emotion out of it. It's pretty straightforward. The biggest concern that I have is, I know the system's true and tested, is it's the members, and it's in the groups that we see in options domination, how many people have been out there, experienced traders and so forth, and they keep talking about it. And at first I was like, man, they're really kind of over talking it. But then truly, if you're not really thinking and you're like, oh, I lost this one, because look, if Hitesh is showing you 60%, right, and you're coming in and we're telling people, okay, if you're putting $1,000, minimum 500, if you're not there yet, definitely get going with DSD, build up your account, put $500 in there. But so say you got $1,000, we're telling people that you should use 2% of your balance. So $20 with your trades starting out until you get to a $1,250 balance, and then you can bump up to $25. But don't get in the mindset of, I'm just going to go in big and it's 60%, I'm going to wipe it all out, because you got to remember, so in 10 trades, right, the first 4 that come in could be losses, right? And if all of a sudden you're wagering 25% of what you put in, you will never get to the 60% wins. So my biggest concern is just that it's nothing with the system and the stats at all. If you go back through this MT4 platform that he has, I mean, you'll see you're going to have win, 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 then so a loss, then a win-win, and then you might also have a bunch of wins, and then all of a sudden a bunch of losses. But then again, over time, it all sums up, and that's why my biggest concern is that I was never, I think I bought 2 lottery tickets my entire life. Money was, to me, was something not to be wasted. And I always looked at as lotteries and that as just a waste of money. And but when I first got into this and wasn't using signals or anything like that, and it was all emotional and trying to watch it and track it, I'd be like, oh, darn it, I know I missed it, but I didn't care, and I would just do it anyhow. So in this case, I just know it's really going to come down to people just knowing it's a statistical thing here, that you have to be conservative with your going out there and making your trades. And as long as you're doing the 2% and getting in, I think Hitesh would agree, a minimum of 500. Obviously, the more you have in there, the more leverage you have to go out over time. But that's just my biggest thing. I mean, everything else is just amazing. You go through and we test these currencies, and some of those currencies he's running tests that literally take 14 hours on his supercomputer to run, and it's awesome. And so that's where my biggest thing is. It's what the members do with it. You can give people a gun, and a gun can be a good thing, but if they don't use it wisely, it can be a bad thing. And this is a great tool. It's an amazing tool, honestly, and so I'm super excited for everyone.
Cool, awesome. Well, other than your little political commentary about the right to arms, everything else was great. So anyway, that was Jason. Now I want to go over 3 or 4 very critical and kind of important things about this whole process. First of all, we already know from our statistics, we kind of know what the success rates will be. Jason hit upon a very important point, which is that the more we can remove the emotions from the entire process, the better it is. And to that end, we are already in agreements. We already have some contracts. We're actually working on some very higher level auto trading kind of things over here. The problem with making some of these auto trading things live is that there is a hidden factor in all of that, which is how well does the broker accept the signals that you send them, right? So let's say on your account, we send a trade to them saying, take a trade at this price. They might actually, between the lag and sometimes just market slippage and on occasion, broker's own doing, you might not get the right price, and that's why it leads to losses. So we actually have to do some very extensive testing on this kind of thing before we can actually release that to our entire member base. And like I said, we are actually in negotiations and discussions with Nadex themselves about some of the stuff, kind of on first name basis with a few people there now. We're working with them on trying to come up with something that would allow all of our members to actively trade, but without the requirement of being on there and getting caught up in the emotions of things. So just like you saw that you can set up the option mine, that, oh, it'll send you a reminder. Instead of just being a reminder, it would actually go through and issue the trade on your behalf as well. And that would make it completely automated for everybody. Now, like I said, we already have this kind of integration done with one broker. We're not satisfied with that. We don't want to just put it out there just because we have it. We want to test it very thoroughly because this is, obviously there are funds involved and people's trust involved. So we don't want to just put it out there without thinking about it. And that's part of the reason why you don't see it in here yet. But like we said, in a few weeks to a few months, we will definitely have something like that for our legacy members at the very least. Okay, so Ashley, while Jason was talking, I just changed our filters a little bit and reran the test, and now you see that we went up from a 63% win rate on the same currency or the same time frame. We went up to a 67% win rate because I just changed some of the parameters, and that's really what we're doing in the background. We're changing these parameters all the time. We actually have a very strong optimization that runs that comes up with like all the possible permutations for these signals, and then determines which is the most successful combination for them. And so our most successful combination, for example, for USD JPY over the 8-month period is actually a 70% win rate with 75 trades taken. Okay, so we actually then look at that, how many trades did we lose? In one situation we had 153 trades and we had a 63% win rate, and now we have a 70% win rate, but we have only 75 trades. Is that really more profitable for our members? We kind of calculate all those things out for you guys, so you don't have to worry about all of those things. Now, it begs a very natural next question. Okay, this is the first step. It makes sense. This is easy. We get going on that. But then what do we do after that? Okay, what's coming after that? Can we use this for actual market trading? Can we use this for actual Forex and so on? So the answer is yes. You can use variations of this for different Forex applications and for different commodity trading. And we do have specific systems built for those. We have our own tradings going out on those. I think our total portfolio between all the investments and all the testing accounts and everything else combined is approaching $3 million. Jason, you can confirm for me what the number is, but we're coming up to about $3 million that we have put into all these different locations, into different investment accounts and different things to make sure that this is legitimate, that it is working well, that works over time. So the next step that we will be rolling out, and again, just like DSDomination, remember way back when we first made DSDomination live, it was just about drop shipping, and then the second step was making your drop shipping profits a little higher. So currently what we have is we have binary options trading, and then making a binary options profit more higher and more automated, right? Because that's exactly what enterprise and legacy do for you. Now, the next rollout is bringing this into the world of Forex and commodity trading as well. Okay, and you will actually be able to take part in those. We will have not just signals for that, but we will also have EAs for that you will be able to harness. You'll have trade copying, so you can set it up so that when a trade is taken on our accounts, the trade is automatically copied on your accounts. And then finally, the final rollout for legacy members is our managed trading accounts, where we will have managed accounts that you guys will be able to put the funds in, and they will trade it for you. So there's obviously a whole lot of background legal setup that goes into these things, a lot of testing that goes into these things. We obviously are very, very cautious about this. Want to make sure that our members that actually get very good results. So we have an application filed with the NFA, and they're reviewing that as well. But in the meantime, you absolutely already have everything you need to be successful and to be very profitable, starting out right off the gate. And I really don't know what magical secret thing to tell you, because we are so used to, like, when we come from DST side, we're very used to having Roger come on the webinar and, eat a couple donuts, and then he has a new brainwave, and he's like, oh, there's a new little thing that I can teach you about how to figure out what buyers want. And there isn't that over here. There are not layers upon layers of the depth that you can go into. I mean, we can go into depths of macroeconomics and how the economy works as a whole. But, I mean, this is at its core, the signal comes in, you look at the signal, you verify it's good, you go take it. That's kind of what it is. It's a very non-emotional, unexciting kind of thing, but it just is effective and it generates money. And I think for most people, that's what's the most exciting part. It's not necessarily that they're doing something really, really awesome. So that's kind of what is over here. Now, like I said, here's our planned rollout over the next few days to few weeks. This time period is only for DSDomination members. Okay, the standard time for everybody to get in the matrix compression is 1 week. DSDomination members, due to what we promised them, to promise all of you, you will actually be able to get in, and you will have an extra 7 days. So you guys have about 2 weeks to solidify your position, to get in here, to make a decision wisely. Okay, don't be pressured. Don't think that you have to get in immediately. But if you don't, you lose some money. Don't think that you heard that. But you just want to make sure that you get in here and are making a wise decision for yourself. That's all there is to it. So now we can actually touch upon how the actual matrix works and why that's kind of exciting and why people have been kind of clamoring about that. And I'm gonna have maybe Kevin explain that a little bit, and then we'll actually get to some Q&A and answer some questions. So Kevin, do you want to go over that quick? He's just muted, so give him a second.
I would actually request that we get one of. I would actually make a formal request that we get one of your paint document sketches session.
Yeah, we have that already up here.
Yeah. No, mapping out the matrix, flipping it, and all that stuff.
Alrighty. Okay, here we go. So the way options domination's other side works, which is the matrix side, and this is the whole idea behind the matrix side, is to ensure that members can actually generate some income without any recruiting whatsoever, not just on the product side, but also on the compensation plan side. Okay, and this will sound complex. Okay, but I just wanted to think about it carefully. It's not really that complex whatsoever. Just pay close attention to it, and you will see why it works as well it does. So basically, the entire company, the entire structure, every member in options domination goes into what's called a 3x7 matrix. Okay, well, not a 3x7. They go into a 3-wide matrix. The entire company goes into a 3-wide matrix. Every individual has their own 3x7 matrix. Okay, so let's say that Kevin joins the company tomorrow. This is Kevin. Kevin is going to have his own little 3x7 matrix. That means he's going to have 3 people on his first level, and then he's going to have 9 people on his second level, and then he's going to have 27 people on his third level, and so on and so forth. Okay, and we can keep going on and on. Now, some of you are familiar with a concept like this, and it's unfortunately a very, very common lure used by scammers in some cases, misleading people in other cases. And what they basically say is, well, you're going to get this unlimited spillover, and you're going to start making all this money because, Kevin, look, you don't have to sponsor anybody. It's just that when people above Kevin sponsor somebody, those people will fall into these spots. Okay, that doesn't actually practically play out. Okay, obviously, everybody should know there's no such thing as free money. In options domination, there's a little twist on this actually makes sure that this works. Okay, so now Kevin is this big guy. He comes in and he starts referring people or doesn't refer people. Doesn't matter. The entire company fills up in this 3x7 matrix structure. Okay, so the next person who joins company after Kevin goes in the next available open spot. Okay, let's say this is the next available open spot, and A goes here. And then B is referred by somebody else. Okay, let's say Jason refers B. B goes in to the next available spot. Then A refers C. C goes in the next available spot. As you can see, that C didn't actually go under A. Okay, because the aim here is not to build out this matrix organization and try and make money off of your matrix. That's actually not what the aim is. This is purely an organizational system for the entire company. Okay, in the entire company, instead of just having a database where every user is just in one row by itself, we have organized the entire database in this structure. Okay, so there's always somebody at the top. In this case, there's the admin position at the top, if you can think of that. And then below that, you have the top people in the company. In this case, it's Kevin, Roger, and I. And then we have other leaders and so on and so forth. Then we have all the DSD members, and then we have the rest of the world coming in, right? So that's kind of the structure of the entire company. That's just how everybody's organized. But here's the little twist on this, that Kevin gets paid on people who are in his matrix, regardless of if Kevin ever referred anybody of them. Okay, if he refers nobody ever, Kevin still gets paid on people who are in his matrix, which you can imagine is really, really good news for the people at the top of this matrix, right? Because they will automatically have people under them. So Kevin is one of the people at the top of the matrix, and let's say we imagine that all of these spots have been filled out. In such a scenario, say that again.
So that makes Kevin happy. All right, sorry.
Yes, that makes Kevin very happy. And let's say all these spots are being filled out. In such a scenario, Kevin is making a pretty nice income. He's making $9 here and $3 here. So what Kevin is getting is $1 per person per month in his matrix. Okay, so if there are 1,000 people in his matrix, Kevin is going to make $1,000 a month. At least. It'll be more depending on what levels those people are on. If they are on the enterprise level, then he gets $3. If they're on the legacy level, then they get $7 and so on. Okay, so you have basically this income potential that's created regardless of recruitment, okay, regardless of how many of these people get recruited. Now, everybody sees the natural problem here. The natural problem here is, like we addressed, this is very lucrative for the people at top of the matrix. And this is why typically companies go out and they tell other big leaders, they say, hey, you should join and promote us. We're going to give you one of the top spots in the matrix. Okay, and it's great for the big guy, but it does nothing, absolutely nothing for the people who will actually be in the matrix at the bottom. So you can see how the math plays out. There's one person here, 3 here, and then it just, like expected, exponentially just blows up. And it just keeps going on and on. So when you get to a situation like this, I think we are 2187 at this level. We're looking at something like 3,200 people across the entire matrix, if somebody has a full matrix. So here's what's basically happening. You have all of these people making some money, right? Because even the people on this level still have people below them. But majority of the people in this matrix are making nothing. They can't make anything. This is the mathematical reality. The entire company would collapse from the bottom up. That's exactly what happens to almost every other MLM company over time. Okay, unless they have new blood coming in all the time. Okay, so that's one of the big problems. So the way to solve this problem is to try and come up with a system where these people who joined late, okay, who just joined chronologically at a later time, are not punished for that. So what happens in options domination is this entire matrix, okay, this entire matrix where Kevin is on top and all these people are at the bottom, actually gets flipped around, and there is a second matrix that exists at the same time. Okay, so we're going to call this M1, and then we're going to have an M2 where this entire matrix is switched. So the people who are at the very bottom of the first matrix are going to be at the top of this matrix. And Kevin, who is at the top of the first matrix, is going to be at the bottom of the second matrix. Okay, that's going to basically make sure that some of the people who are at the bottom here are generating a decent income, right? One of these people out of these 2187 is going to make something like $3,000 at least. One of these people, and then another 9 of these people, 3 of these people are going to make something like $1,029. Then another 9 of these people are going to make something like $700, and so on and so forth, right? It works like that. But again, like we saw, there are so many people down here that flipping the matrix once does nothing. So then what we do is we have a third matrix called M3. And this one looks at who has yet not made money from matrix 1 and matrix 2 combined. Okay, so matrix 3 organizes all of those people in the exact same fashion. People who made least from M1 plus M2 go on top, everybody else goes below them. Okay, so at the end of this, once you actually analyze this entire system, you find that everybody has made at least a little bit of something. Now, these matrices are very fluid, right? Matrix 2 and 3 are changing all the time, because every time a new person joins or one person drops out or somebody refers somebody, the entire dynamics of this changes because somebody else has just come into the company. There's some new person who is now at the bottom of the matrix who will be at the top of M2, and this keeps changing all the time and keeps some excitement going if you are aware of what this would do in a real world basis. At the same time, it gives a very good incentive for users to continue actually focusing on their option side of things, to continue trading, to continue building their business. And every now and then, a few people are going to get this nice little chunk of change. Every now and then, you're going to get a couple $100 or $400 or something like that from the matrix. That's just going to happen for a lot of people on completely randomly in some cases, but on M1, it's going to happen for people who are just chronologically in there first, which is one of the benefits that DSDomination members get. When you guys are actually activating your options domination account, you're already getting the live trading sessions, which basically make your cost negligible because you're not paying for them anymore. And then on top of that, you're getting the matrix, which is actually paying you to be a member of options domination. Obviously, not everybody's going to be profitable. Not everybody's going to be making a ton of money from the matrix. But by and large, there's going to be less than 12% of the company, less than 14% of the company that doesn't make anything. Okay, so contrast that with every single online company out there, including DSDomination in this particular aspect, because that's a standard affiliate program. You have maybe 3% of the entire membership base that usually makes money as an affiliate. In this scenario, roughly 86% of the entire company gets some kind of money. They get some kind of incentive. Now, to make that really, really exciting for the affiliates, right? Because the question is, where's the money coming from? Obviously, if all the customers are receiving some funds, then the affiliates and the company owners must be losing some money, right? And that's exactly what is happening. So one of the brainstorms that we all had, we kind of sat down, we discussed this a little bit, and then in our evil little minds, we came up with the idea, let's make Jason the owner. Jason is the only owner, and he can take the losses. So we basically don't pay Jason hardly anything from this. The entire system is set up where the company ownership doesn't really make much money at all. If you run through all the math, the actual company ownership doesn't make hardly any money, because about 86 or 87% of everything that comes in gets paid back out to customers and to the affiliates. So the company ownership takes a little bit of a hit. Then what we did, though, is to make sure the affiliates are actually being paid for being successful and being paid for their member success. We made sure that affiliates who are referring these members who are making money from the matrix actually get a matching bonus. Okay, so let's say Kevin referred B, or let's say Kevin referred this guy over here who is X. Okay, X ends up making, let's say, $500 from his second matrix, from M2. Okay, so he's pretty excited. He just made $500 from the system. He hasn't done anything really for it. And Kevin will receive 25% matching bonus on it. So in this case, 25% of 500, Kevin is going to get $125. Basically because his referred user just made some money in the entire system. So the whole idea is to create a really exciting little thing where every single day, every single week, this entire structure is changing. It's constantly, it's constantly in flux. Members are making money trading. They get this kind of bonus money coming in every now and then from the matrix side. They can use that to actually continue trading even more. If they want to be an affiliate, they can make money with it as an affiliate very aggressively. Actually, the payout on this is overall greater than even what we have in DSD, which is already the highest payout available in the entire MLM world that we are aware of. So it just adds up, as you keep going through this, you realize that this is a pretty neat system with the try matrix and how it flips around and how it moves around and so on and so forth. Now, there is one really fun fact about this, which is what about the people who are left who have not made any money at all? And what about the people who have hit their cap in the matrix? Okay, so there is something known as a matrix cap. If you're a customer in options domination, okay, you're not an affiliate, you've not referred anybody. If you're a pure customer, then your income from the matrix is limited to $900. Okay, very valid reasons for that. There are many legal reasons for that, but for one of them being, this is not a lottery. Okay, we are not trying to run a system where we're like, oh, just be a part, and every now and then one lucky winner is going to get all this money. That's not what this is. So the customers are limited to $900, and the difference between that and what they actually earned gets rolled out to affiliates and people who have not yet made anything. So to give you an example, let's say that there's another person in here named Y. You know what? We'll just say Kevin as an example. Let's say Kevin is not an affiliate. Kevin is just a pure customer. Kevin comes in and Kevin's matrix generates for him $4,500. Okay, he's one of the top guys. But Kevin is a pure customer. What will happen is Kevin will only receive $900, and the remaining $3,600 will get distributed. Half of that is going to go to his referring affiliate and the affiliate above him for 5 generations. And then 50% of this, which means $1,800, right, is going to actually get distributed to people who have made less than $10 so far. Okay, so 180 people in the rest of the company who are actually at less than $10 are going to be brought up to at least $10. Okay, so now you suddenly have all these people in the company who, if they just maintain their options domination membership and they just continue trading, they just focus on trading, they don't focus on anything else, they are naturally going to be generating about $120 every year, right? Because they're getting $10 every single month. So again, that's not groundbreaking money. It's not supposed to be livable income necessarily, but the whole idea is you give them something. There's this little incentive, and they log in and they see that they have made something in the company. It gets them very excited. Not only does it cause them to go out and kind of share that and make a more viral concept out of the whole thing, which we fully expect will happen, but it also at the same time is just a little gesture to do where we can say that, look, we have a successful company already. This is another successful company. We already have our tradings and we already have our assets. We already have our investments. Jason really doesn't need more money, and he doesn't need more kids either, if you knew how many he had. But Jason is basically saying, yeah, you know what, that's fine. Let's go ahead, and instead of trying to hoard all that money towards the company ownership, which is what a lot of companies do with what's called breakage, it's their little technical term for allowing them to be greedy. And not that something is incessantly, there's nothing inherently bad with greed. It's the driving force of the free market. But with Jason, we don't have that. And this is not socialistic either, but it's basically a really, really good setup for all of our options domination members. The idea is we want you to make money from the affiliate side. We want you to make money as a customer. We want you to make money using a product. We just want you to be successful all the way around. We want you to continue running a very successful dropshipping and e-commerce business and use that to continue to build up your assets for trading and investments. And then, like we said, we will eventually go the route where we take all of our earnings from all of these different things, and we're going to put them into what we call wealth protection assets, or investments that you can leave for your family, that you can actually set up and one day say, I'm going to retire, and our families will be able to live off of this. And that's really where we're going with this. Okay, so that's the whole bend of options domination. It's not just binary options, it's actually to give you more options in life as well, and give you more options for you to set up more multiple streams of, different streams of income and so on. I hate saying multiple streams of income. It sounds very, very cliche, very boring, and very MLM-ish. I don't like saying that.
Can I clarify something real quick? Because I'm getting a bunch of questions in the chat. That people
they are bunched up. They're very clearly segregated in separate roles. By said bunch of
they are very okay. That's great. So what they're asking about the $900, saying, oh, so we capped at $900. I want to clarify that's for customer. so a customer can make that. If you're an affiliate, actually, Hitesh, can you talk about the differences between a customer and an affiliate?
Yes. Very straightforward thing over here. So in this scenario, we assume that Kevin referred nobody, did nothing. He just focused on his trading, and that was it. But let's say that Kevin instead became an affiliate. Okay, and it's the exact same process as DSDomination. You have a separate $9.95 a month that you pay to become an affiliate. Okay, that legally separates you from being a customer. It says this person is actually an affiliate. The cost actually covers the payment processing. It covers the gateway and everything else. We don't pass those costs on to you like every other company does. We don't believe that's right, because that's basically taking away 5% from our members, right? I mean, if we started taking away payment processing costs from our members, that's basically us taking away 5% more while claiming that we are paying out a certain percentage. So that's just wrong. So that's why we have a very fixed, limited cost on that. And across the board, when you add everything up, it kind of balances out. So it works fine right now. So you pay $9.95 a month to be an affiliate. And all you do is, if you're an affiliate, legally an affiliate, and you have referred one person in the entire company. If you referred one person, in this case, Kevin, let's say referred X, doesn't matter what level X is on. He could be inheritance, he could be legacy, he could be enterprise. Then this cap doesn't exist anymore for Kevin. Then Kevin actually gets to keep the $4,500 that he makes. You can actually kind of see a little side effect that this has. Okay, the side effect of this is when Kevin has a month where he made, let's say, $1,200, and he notices that he did not get the $1,200 because he chose to not be an affiliate. He chose to not actually be active on that side of the business. He's going to kick himself and say, you know what, I really should have been active, which is really good for the person who referred Kevin. Okay, so let's say Jason referred Kevin. Now suddenly this is a really good scenario for Jason, because Kevin has suddenly received a virtual monetary kick in the rear, and it's going to make him go ahead and become active and actually share the viral nature of the whole thing and share the results of what he's getting, right? A lot of people are going to get very good results and they just want to share it. We have, like the story Roger was telling you, there's all these people out there who are making all this incredible income using DSDomination, but we never hear from them. They're not very public about it. They're not open about it. They're not talking about it. And that's fine. We actually don't want to go out there and try and make them talk about it either. But it's almost a disservice to the rest of the people out there, because there's not this huge viral flow for it that should really exist given our results. You know, our results are so much stronger than anybody else. We really should have a lot more viral output, and we don't. So this kind of is as a side effect of the whole system. It also ensures a viral nature to the entire company, that not only are we sharing what our success rates are with the product side, it's actually also rewarding us to actually be active on the affiliate side, regardless of if you are a recruiter. Okay, you don't have to be a solid recruiter. In fact, one of the very simple things here is, and this is a real story. Kevin, for example, Kevin has a brother, and Kevin told his brother, hey, you need some help. You want to get set up on things. I'll give you my trading account, and I'll transfer my sessions to you. Become a member of Options Domination. I'll transfer my legacy sessions to you. Attend the sessions, take the trades that are run in the session. That's all. That's making Kevin money because his account is being traded on. That's making his brother money because he's actually trading and generating an income. That's made Kevin qualified for this whole scenario. And now we have a natural growth of the company, which is not dependent on massive advertising, that's not dependent on hype, that's not dependent on trying to convert people. It's just based on simply, oh, I have a system that works. I can actually share this system with somebody else. I can give them my credits. I can bring them in. I can put them in the matrix. They're getting benefit all the way around. They get to work. They get to generate an income. They get to trade, and they don't have to pay for the sessions, and they get to generate an income from the matrix. So all around, it's a very, very solid system that combines all these different aspects together to make sure that the end user is the one who is being focused on, who is being successful, instead of just the big affiliate who can refer 1,000 people. We don't hate you. I mean, if you can refer 1,000 people, please do that by all means. Refer 2,000, and we'll help you every step of the way. But you have to understand, it doesn't matter how many people you can refer. It matters how many of them you can get to be successful. If you can't get those 1,000 people to be successful, they're going to drop out, just like every other company drops out from the bottom. So if these 2187 are not successful, then this whole system starts collapsing. And that's why we go to such great efforts to make sure that JSON doesn't make money, and instead our members make money. And that's the whole flow of the thing, or what our aim was behind this. Now keep in mind, this is attached. This is kind of the entire ecosystem is merged together. Okay, when you go to the Options Domination back office, you will see your e-commerce integration status. You can go in here. You should actually go in here and activate your DSD connection, because that will make sure when somebody joins Options Domination and they're looking at their back office, they will actually be looking at your DSDomination affiliate link as well. Okay, so you're going to naturally, from the viral growth of Options Domination, you're naturally going to build your DSDomination affiliate site as well. So now suddenly you start building quite a few different things. You start building your dropshipping income. You start building your FBA income. You start building your, you naturally start making a matrix income. You start making your income from binary option trades. Then eventually we will also roll out more things, and you'll be making money from actual trading and investments. And then you also have the income from as an affiliate in Options Domination. And then you also have a side income being created as an affiliate in DSDomination. And then, of course, this entire system is going to tie in with the next thing that we're going to put out. Okay, so this is going to keep growing. This is an ever-expanding system that we're building. This has been pre-planned for 5 steps. This is step 2, Options Domination. And the interesting thing about this entire system here is notice where your income is coming from. Okay, over here, your income is coming from product sourcing. It is not coming from dropshipping. Over here, your money is coming from arbitrage between 2 different e-commerce locations, or even physical stores at times. Over here, this is purely coming from a company's organization. It is not coming from your recruitment efforts. Over here, it's coming from you taking binary trades, obviously trades taken against other traders on a broker. Then you have trading and investments, where you are actually making money because you are contributing to the entire economic pie. When you invest money into something, it actually creates economic activity. That economic activity, if it's productive, in turn pays you a return, and that's why you make money from investments. Okay, it's not because you're doing something evil and sucking away money from other people. You're actually generating an income for other people, and that's why you are getting paid for that. This is actually my obviously favorite part, because this is just it summarizes everything that we want to do as a company and as individuals. Then you have this income being generated, and this is the only income that actually even indirectly relies on recruitment. Recruitment, the bane of every MLMer, the bane of every home business owner that causes more people to fail than you can count, is the last afterthought in this entire system. Everything else, as long as people are buying and selling stuff, you can do this, 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 and you can do this even when people are not buying and selling stuff. In fact, investments will be active even in those situations, because then you have security forces and all that stuff kind of gets involved. So, ignoring the philosophies and the economic theory behind everything, the idea here is truly getting you to multiple streams of income. Instead of saying, you want multiple streams of income, go promote 5 MLMs and you have multiple streams of income. No, you don't. You have one source of income called recruiting other people. And that's horrible. I mean, that's horrifying. I couldn't pull it off, even if I had to. And I'm somebody, so when we promoted DSDomination, I think I referred something like 600, 700 people into DSDomination from sending a couple mails to my personal list, okay? Because I'd built this level of trust with the list and so on. But I cannot ever imagine making that my primary source of income and living off of that and having to stress about, oh no, these 8 people dropped out of my downline, I got to get my replication going, and I got to get my this going and that going, let's organize this. To me, it just makes so much more sense to actually have a true business that is naturally profitable, and that's what attracts people to be participants in it, instead of trying to force people into being participants in it. Okay, so that's basically it. Okay, now for the launch times and everything else, it launches right now. You guys will be able to log in. Like we said, this webinar is going to be done. We are going to go over the final thing, which is going to be the only thing that's going to top this, I think. We're going to go over the final thing for this webinar, and then we're going to record this webinar. We're going to take the recording of this webinar. We're going to post it in our back office, and we're going to email it out. And at the same time, you will be able to go and access your Options Domination back offices at the same time. Okay, so you will go to optionsdomination.com/members. Extremely easy to remember. if you go there right now, you'll just get a 404 error. It's not going to show you anything at all. But when you go there after we have recorded this webinar and sent it out to everybody, and everybody's had the opportunity to go in there and take a look, you will basically be able to log in, and that will be over the next 3 or 4 hours, okay, depending on how quickly we get done with the webinar and so on. Okay, so there is no new date to give you guys. This will be live tonight, and you guys can go in and you can start, get your demo account set up, start trading, start learning, and so on and so forth. Okay. And okay, there come all the messages about this is awesome, they can't stay awake. They can't go to bed because they're going to be awake. Can you be an affiliate at any level? Yes, you can be an affiliate at any level. You to be a customer, you need to have inheritance. That's the minimum. Okay, that's obviously that's how you're a customer of a company when you buy a product of theirs, right? So that's the minimum that you need to be a customer. But as the company as a whole, to be an affiliate, if you're an inheritance level member, then you can be an affiliate with it. You can actually be an affiliate without buying any of these products either as well. But in that scenario, you will not be earning anything from the matrix because the matrix is reserved for our customers. Okay, so just keep that in mind. We have a very detailed compensation plan that goes over all of these things, and you will be able to see that link as well on our website. And Kevin, you might want to put that out there as well. Let me answer that question quick about what type of trades are taken in live trading. Okay, the live trading session will typically only have 15-minute and 30-minute trades. Okay, because we are looking at a shorter time. You're trading for 1 to 2 hours total together, and so you're not going to get like 3 trades that are going to last 4 hours, because then you won't even know if you won or not. So the live trading sessions, when they are held, we have the trader on the other side, and they're going to be giving you trades, and the trades are going to be 15 to 30 minutes. Okay, sometimes shorter, sometimes it'll be 5 minutes, but because it's live and you're going back and forth, you can see the chat box in real time, you won't have as much of a difficulty entering in there. And this has been done for quite a few months already, so fine.
Real quick, I want to come back to something. So the matrix income, I want everyone to know this up front before they go. I know we have a lot of builders on here and a lot of folks who want to grow this out as a affiliate side of the house. So you've got to know that that at the different levels, when we talk about matrix income, the income from the people in your downline in the matrices, whether it be matrix 1, 2, or 3, you're going to fall in there somewhere in one of them. Especially the DS folks, you guys are all DS Domination. You're going to get preferred placement because we're pulling your spots over from DS Domination. So it's awesome. But if you're at the inheritance level, okay, and you have somebody in your downline that is at the enterprise level, typically, can you drop this down on the side of those attached? $1, $3, and $7. So that makes
yes. So if somebody in your downline is, go ahead.
So if they're at the enterprise level, yeah, enterprise, inheritance, and legacy is $1, $3, and $7 respectively for those folks that are in your downline. So if you are in there and you're at the inheritance level, the $49 level, and you had 100 people in your downline that were in there at the legacy level, you would make $100. Okay. Now, if you were at the legacy level, those same 100 people would be worth $700 to you. Okay, because now you're going to earn at that level, at that higher level, because you have that product, or you've done X amount of volume in your own recruiting for that product. Okay. So I just want to throw that out there. I don't want people coming back and going. Well,
let me address a very important thing about that, though. Okay, because I know a very common question, a natural question that should pop up in your head is, oh, wait a second. So I just need to wait for my downline to upgrade, and then I can upgrade, right? Okay, I wanted to revisit what was just said. Remember that the matrix is being flipped. Right, the very top people in the company are going to be in your downline, which means you will have people at legacy levels and enterprise levels right from day one in your matrices. You don't have to go out and try and convince anybody to upgrade or anything like that. But these guys who are the top in this matrix, right? I mean, for example, Kevin, he's one of the top people in the matrix. Is he going to have legacy active? Absolutely, because he knows he's going to have so many people in his matrix, right? Plus, really forget about that. You should have made legacy just because of what you're getting there. You're getting $280 worth of trading sessions right off the bat. So It's already, far beyond worth its value. But Kevin is going to have some people at legacy level in his matrix because he's one of the top people. So naturally, he's going to generate more income when he's a legacy member himself. But on the flip side, Kevin is also going to be in the downline of many of these people, right? Because this is going to be flipped, and then Kevin is going to be the last person over here, and then ABC are going to be the people in here, and then all these guys will be over here. So suddenly all of these people, they have the incentive now to make sure that they try and be successful quickly and get to the legacy level quickly, because they will naturally earn a higher income just from the simple fact that the matrix flipped and all these guys with legacy and enterprise are now in their downlines. Okay, and the same thing is going to happen with M3, because now the guys making the big money are going to be at the bottom in M3. That's going to naturally imply that people with legacy and enterprise are already in your matrix downlines. Okay, so it's a really, really fun thing, because you see all these side effects happening, right? The side effect of this entire thing is that you now actually have a true incentive to go to a higher level, because it's going to offset your cost of being a member. Okay, so if any of you remember the cost offset model that we had in DSD, which we have in DSD, the idea is that your costs of actually being a member and getting the training and using the software for DSDomination is offset by your activities, by your profit generation using all of these things through your sales on eBay or your sales on Amazon and so on. The same thing applies here, except that we don't have just one medium of offsetting your costs. We have two of them. You can offset your cost by trading, but you can also offset your cost just as dramatically, sometimes with the matrix or with the affiliate side, without even realizing it in some cases. So you basically need to think about this as something that will help you offset your costs. And I'm going to say this so very clearly. Do not expect that your main income is going to come from the matrix. Okay, the matrix is this nice little bonus money that's going to happen every now and then for some of you or many of you, but it's not going to be your main source of income. Relatively few people in the entire company are going to make livable income off of their matrix. Okay, that's just the mathematical fact. Okay, and anybody who tries to sell you into a matrix kind of structure, and they don't even have a tri-matrix, but into any kind of structure like this by the claims, you just have to join and do nothing and you're going to make money from spillover or something, they're absolutely lying to you. Okay, they need you in the matrix more than you need to be in the matrix. In this scenario, I'm very clear with you guys up front that this is not the primary money-making system over here. The emphasis is that you go in and trade. Just like with DSD, you go and trade money for goods. Over here you're trading money for money, okay? And that's your activity. So you have to focus on that. That's where your income is. That's what your business is. This is not the business. This is a means to offset your costs, to give some of you a nice little bonus, to create this really good excitement and a viral nature of the company, and to incentivize everybody to actually move up ahead and be more successful. Okay, that's all it is. Just there are so many analogies come to my mind with the government. I mean, it'd be like if instead of increasing your tax rate, the government said, oh, if you make more money, we will lower your tax rate. Okay, we will actually give you more money if you make more money. Everybody's going to try and generate more income. Everybody will try to be more productive instead of try to be less productive. And it's the same thing over here. We feel that if we incentivize for people to be more active, to actually attend the trading sessions, to actually have legacy level or enterprise levels, then it's going to naturally result in more people being at legacy or enterprise levels. And I think that's what we're going to see. So this is another great social experiment, I guess, to see how how this plays out in a true economy. So okay, now regarding the whole question of do we need to fund our broker account at a certain level, I want to make it super clear. We do not need you to fund any broker account at any level. Typically, the people who come to you and say that we're going to give you a service or a product or a tool if you go and sign up at this broker and deposit $500 or whatever. Okay, that's purely because they're getting a CPA commission. They're getting a commission from the broker, and that's why they do that. In our scenario, first of all, we are not working for a CPA commission. Okay, for us, that's a small thing in the grand scheme of things. That's not our primary emphasis. Wherever we can, we actually try and negotiate better deals for our members. Okay, so we do have some better deals for our members available, and that's all it is. You do not have to go and fund a particular broker to get any kind of privilege or any kind of access anywhere. It's a very straightforward thing. You pay a certain amount to get access to training, education, support, and signals. That's what you get, okay? That's all this is. There's no other hidden thing. Just like we don't tell you guys to, oh, you want to be an affiliate in DSDomination, you got to go and make at least 250 eBay listings and then, you know, pay us a tax of 10% on those. That's just nonsense. That's just wrong to do. So there's going to be nothing like that happening at all. Okay, all the special deals that we have worked out with the brokers and all the special accesses that we have worked out with the brokers will all be on the broker's page in the back office when you go there. Okay, when you go over here in the back office and you go to Foundation and Brokers, you will have all of that listed there, and that's going to be constantly updated, okay, because you're constantly getting more deals, you're constantly doing more stuff with them. So that's going to keep happening in real time all the time. Okay. And no, if you're from Canada, you don't have a problem. In fact, you do not have any problems if you're an international member. Okay, the biggest restrictions on trading, binary options trading, as well as actual true trading, actually is on US members. Okay, so that's why one of the reasons why we have one primary and sole recommendation right now for you to work with in binary options world in the US. Okay, but if you are somewhere else in the world, okay, if you are in, I don't know, if you're in Algeria and India or Sri Lanka or Japan, you don't really have as many issues because you have a lot of different options available. All right, did I miss anything that I needed to cover, or did we address most of everything that needed to be covered?
I think we addressed pretty much everything that needed to be covered, but there's one thing that's kind of eating at me, and that's a Facebook post that Roger made during the webinar. So I'd like him to talk about that if we're done with the options, if everyone's ready to roll, and talk about this Facebook post that Roger just made. Raj, are you here, Raj?
Oh, hello. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. So can you talk about this?
Yeah. Let's. Can we have the? Give me 1 second. Okay, cool. Can I have the control button thingy?
Yep.
Please. That's some exciting stuff, you guys. It's a lot to take in. I can't wait to go back there myself. Okay, so moving on. Kev, if you could get the, actually just, I don't have it memorized, I think I do, but just be ready for me to ask you for the link, okay? So we're holding an event, and I put a picture up there, and that's kind of alluded. Some people might know that, but then we took the screen. He had the name of the hotel and the city up on top of the screen. So it's Dallas. It's Dallas, Texas, and we're this is actually our lounge room here in front of you on the screen. So it's pretty massively, awesomely amazing. And I'll just give you a couple quick details and an approach that we're taking. We'll be sending out emails and follow-ups exactly what's going to be the format of the event and what's going to happen for you at this event. And I have something kind of very special for you guys tonight. So this hotel room, a room in this hotel, typically is $200 and something a night, even for special events and stuff like that. And we had massively awesome, like 20-something year veteran event coordinators for our last event. They filled out the Georgia Dome. They did private dinners for Ronald Reagan. They've been in the business a long time. But I really handicapped them by putting them in Vegas because they really had no say there. It's all unionized and stuff. So they couldn't get us any breaks or anything like that we could pass along. It was still a great event. But here, we were able to get hotel rooms for $110 at a very, very nice place. And when you guys go to register for this, you'll see how plush and amazing this place actually is. It's an incredible place. So for tonight, what I want to do is, reflecting back on the last event, we had all these massive leaders and massive people that came in and really helped us build up DSDomination, and we gave away cars and everything else, and that was fun. That was great. But still, we can, there's only so many cars you can give away. In fact, other network marketing companies don't even give away cars, they give away leases. So other network marketing companies were looking at us like we were crooked as we gave away $100,000 plus in prizes on the stage. But we weren't able to give that out to the masses, but we wanted to give a lot of value for people attending this event. But we can't give away 100 cars, obviously, unless Jason opens up his wallet book for cash. So what we did is we have a lot of training type prizes. And when I did the one-on-one training, the Genesis product a while back, I think she's made about $3,000 from the product that I gave her. She got all of her Genesis money back, and it would be even better except for China closed. And just as we're about to go seek out her product, China closed for Chinese New Year, and as they opened back up, I came back hellaciously sick. So if you're listening now, we're about to rev that back up. So these prizes are worth thousands, and they're worth more than a car, okay? There's personal one-on-one Genesis training. There's multiple levels. There's personal one-on-one training. There's personal one-on-one training where I'll actually give you a product. Those will be prizes. There's prizes where we have products already in storage in anticipation of this down in the Houston warehouse to give to you guys. So there's 3 levels of prizes with the Genesis: one-on-one training with me, one-on-one training plus your product bought for you, just your product bought for you. There's personal one-on-one training at the pro level for you, at the elite level, at the monopoly level. We're going to take our top people that are making 6-figure incomes in all of these levels, and they're going to train you. Not at the event. These are, we'll be doing all kinds of training at the event, but this is lifetime one-on-one support to get you up and get you into a huger income, okay? And all of these prizes, you might see this list of 10 on here and start envisioning, that would be cool, but, Roger, with 1,000 people there, I go, what chance of winning? Well, all of these prizes are in multiples. For example, if I go down and I look at the exclusivity of the DS Lounge, we're not going to tell you what that is yet, but just a massive, massive advantage selling on eBay with this particular product. You're going to get just a huge, huge advantage over a lot of people on a particular site that we use, a very popular site, as big as Overstock. We built this very exclusive relationship with the company, and we're going to roll that out to tens, maybe possibly 100 different users that are going to win this at the event. So what we decided to do tonight is, Kevin, what's the link for this site, please? MyDSEvent.com, is that right?
Yep, MyDSEvent.com.
Okay, MyDSEvent.com. One of you guys could throw that down in the chat. Let's give a forward to a site where you can register. And the first 200 people that register tonight, it's going to put on my Facebook wall, MyDSEvent.com, see post below. You're going to actually get 10 points for that. So anybody that registers is going to get 1 point. They're going to go into a drawing. You're going to go in there tenfold. So some of the math I did on my wall, if 1,000 people attend the event, and there's multiple prizes at each level, you got about a 1 in 17 chance of winning. If you're one of the first 200 that register, you got a 1 in 1.7 chance of winning. One-on-one training, or thousands of dollars to product, or one-on-one training plus product, or one-on-one training in pro, or exclusive advantages and everything else. Anyway, the bottom line is, I know it's been a long webinar, there's a lot thrown at you, but get this, you want to register right away. And it's at the Hilton Anatoly. I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm not fancy. Here in Dallas, it's an incredibly beautiful place, okay? And we were able to get, you don't have to stay in the hotel if you don't want to. These are ticket prices down below, but it's $110 to stay in the hotel. We got so many of a block, and we'll burn through them quick, and we'll send out updates on that. I made sure there's surrounding hotels as well if you're on a tight budget, but as you know, staying within the event and hanging out here in the lounge with certain people, I'll tell you guys a story. There's a gentleman named Howard that was in Taiwan. And Howard came all the way over for the event in Las Vegas, and he texted Jim Chow, who was very busy, about 20 different times to meet with him just for a few minutes. He went to Vegas. He kept texting Jim, can we have lunch? Jim, can we have breakfast? Jim, can we have dinner? Finally, Jim was able to respond, and Jim sat down with Howard. And Howard was able to work with Jim to launch a product on Amazon that does like 60, 70 sales a day and generates tens of thousands of dollars. Had Howard not attended the event, that relationship's not built. There's 3 people out there. I won't name their names, but I know they're not massive, massive recruiters in network marketing. And I know some of them made a little bit of money in the affiliate side, made a little bit of money doing eBay and stuff like that, but they met at the event, and they were able to bring each of their own talents here, these 3 people, and launch products. Now they're making all kinds of money with that. I'll be launching something that's absolutely crazy that I've done myself. I'll take pictures of my dang garage here, and you can see it, where I've made tens of thousands of dollars on the side, on top of everything else you've already seen, and I'll be launching that at the event. So Hitesh and I differ on these points of views because I'm a just get there guy. I get really passionate. Hitesh is going to want to explain to you why you should be there and what kind of M&Ms and perks you're going to get and all this stuff. I'm just going to tell you to get there. We've already built our reputation. Those who are at the last event are doing pretty well in life right now. So I would get there, and you might as well take advantage of being one of the first 200 people there by registering tonight ASAP. Back to you guys, please.
I think that wraps it up. We need to get this recording out. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, you got me. I think we need to wrap this this call up and get it packaged, get it out there, get it to folks, and get people access to their back offices for OD and videos. You guys.
Just to clarify, just so everybody's clear, the event is being held on May 29th through May 31st. Okay, the exact same time that we had the event last year. Okay, so you guys can actually see this right here. The schedule is on May 29th to May 31st. If you actually go to the link that is put in the chat box, and if you go to the link that Roger mentioned, MyDS event, you will, mydsevent.com, you will actually see this whole thing there. You will see that this is the schedule for the event, where the event is being held. You'll see pictures of the place. So you will see a brief description of what is available, what's going to happen, what kind of tickets are available. You have an early bird pricing available, and so on. So just for those of you who are like, what's the date, before you go to the link, that's the date, okay? Same date as last year, and we will hopefully see pretty much all of you there, because we now actually have the capacity to hold a lot more than we did last time. So looking forward to that, and it'll be a lot better than Vegas. I mean, that was just Vegas. You can tell that I'm thrilled about Vegas. But this is awesome. I'm actually pretty excited, because this is actually in the same state where I already am, and it'll be very easy to get to. Things will be more manageable, blah, blah, blah. Lots of reasons that we're excited. But in part, we're excited because there's a lot of stuff that we're going to roll out over the next few weeks, and we're going to actually announce over the next few weeks as you get closer to the event, to make sure that you guys see why you need to be there, just like we did last time around. And a very simple solution, since a lot of people are wondering what will be the time to log into the Options Domination back office, here's what we will do. When we send out the mail with the replay, we will at that time include the link to the members area in there. Okay, so all of you don't have to wait around and worry about when it's going to come. When the email hits your inbox, it'll have the link in it, and you'll be able to log in. Okay, and it'll be within the next 12 hours at the very latest. It won't be 12 hours, it'll be less than that. But you guys, if you want to sleep, you can sleep. So that's all there is. But please make sure that you guys reserve your spot. I'm not at the full liberty to disclose everything that we're doing for the first 200 people, but it is absolutely going to be worth it, because we have quite a few things planned that are not even just for the first 200 people. You can actually read about some of that on the page, on the mydsevent.com page. So just go ahead, get the tickets, get excited about it. We will all see you over there, and that'll be. And John is absolutely right. Vegas smells like an ashtray, and that is why I do not like it. Just to clarify, it is not my DSD event. It is mydsevent.com. Okay, if you go to the right link, if you go to this link, mydsevent.com, I'll separate these out so you guys can see it. It's mydsevent.com, and this is the page that you will end up on. It will show you the schedule. It will show you the rough guide, the rough schedule for the event as a whole, and it'll give you a brief breakdown of what's going to be presented there, what's going to be available to you. You can actually see some pretty nifty things that we're giving away already. And then for these 200 people, we're going to have something special on top, and then we'll have other pretty cool stuff as well. So nice place. Come on over. It's going to be cheap compared to Vegas. You're not going to be paying $1 billion for bottled water, and this is. I'm very excited about it. I just don't sound like it because I don't. I really.
You sound more excited than last time.
Yeah, I think I actually genuinely am a little more excited this time, in part because I don't have that one big factor that I had last time. So yeah. I'm looking forward to just being able to get there and can actually do some good stuff.
Well, I'll be excited. You can kick it, Tesh, while they sleep in the parking lot on your way in.
Yeah.
Poke them with a stick or something, take a picture.
As long as I'm sleeping, I won't even mind that. It's just been years since I actually even experienced sleep in tea.
Yeah, we'll have some poke sticking pictures that you can take. Tesh lies on the ground, you poke him for $1, stuff like that.
I want it for $1. The first 200 people get to do that now.
Yeah, I think last time we jumped through a lot of hoops because we're a new company. We said, okay, well, if you don't attend, you get this. You do attend, left, right, all that. I think we've proven ourselves, and coming out of the event, people made a lot of money. So this is the event. We want to see you there. If you can't make it, that's okay. But I strongly suggest you do. But that's me.
Yep, and we have a recording of this. We will be sending out the recording very soon here, likely in the next 2 hours. And then we will see everybody, all of you, we'd like to see everybody in options, and we'd like to see all of you at the event, and we will see all of you new DSD 2.0 and with all the other fancy stuff that's coming out. It's just going to be a lot of fun over the next 2 months. All the way until the event, we have pretty much something rolling out all the time.
I'll tell you, looking at that hotel, that just seems like a cool place to hang out, like a vacation within a vacation, right? Yeah. You said you guys have been there, and Tesh, you've been there?
Yeah, I've been there. I mean, not in there. I've been right in that area. I've been beside it. I've seen it. It's actually really, really nice. Some places you can just tell by looking at them, this is actually going to be good.
Yeah.
Like you drive into Vegas and you're like, oh, this is what would I just do? But over here, it was like,
yeah.
It was a really good place. So.
Who's got their tickets already? I see people already pouring in here saying they got my tickets.
Yeah. There's quite a few people who have already bought the tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all up and down the wall. I just, I don't know, the groups of hanging out with people in the lounge and stuff like that, that's going to be cool. With, just looking at that scene.
A lot of people have their tickets.
Yep.
A lot.
Well, keep in mind that we're going to have, so just a little heads up for everybody, because the number of people that we reached out to for our first event was about a quarter of the number of people we're actually going to be reaching out to this time. Last time around, I think our aim was about 1,000 people, and we actually oversold by a bit, and we ended up with a little over 1,200, I think was the total. And this time around, like I said, we actually have had time to plan some things a little better. This is our second time at it, so we actually have some things in place. As we roll this out, there's going to be a lot more people being reached, obviously just because our reach has grown over the past year and a half, and we have a whole separate company now. We have a second company that's also bringing in a lot more interest to this. And then on top of that, we are going to be announcing some very, very special things, which are going to be way, way, way more worth than just your ticket prices. Okay, so last time around, we tried to do something that would make your ticket prices virtually free. This time around, we're going to try and do a one better, so that your ticket prices are not just free, but you actually have a shot at making money while at the event itself. Okay, so it'll be pretty exciting. I'm getting tired of just saying it. It'll be pretty exciting in a very unexcited tone. Just show up there. You'll be happy. You won't regret it. That's the logical thing to do. Is anybody going to say goodnight, or are we just going to leave the mics quiet?
I would like to say something, and don't cut me off, okay? This isn't the grand close, cut me off moment, all right?
Nobody's going to cut off anybody.
Okay. I think that's important. I've had several people that never joined DSDomination, owners of other companies in a different type of business industry, just never joined DSDomination, but they're acquaintances of mine, and now they've come and they've joined options. And I'm not talking about these people when I describe this. But remember, this was an entire workup from basically free all the way up to here and beyond. So if you're brand new to this and you've just gotten into pro in eBay and you're putting some listings up and you're not making $1 million in 14 seconds, don't thwart that opportunity to build yourself up to options or at least do them at both at the same time. You know, I saw a post by a gentleman named Tommy that's doing $1 million plus in sales in Monopoly. And he stopped that because he's now focusing on Genesis, the next level. So these levels absolutely truly work. And when I was working with my brother, you know, he got a little bit more, you know, effort from me, so my mom didn't kick my butt as he was leaving his job because he was doing so well at DSDomination. He'd call me, you know, I'm doing about $2,000 in profit on eBay. I'm doing $3,000. I was like, will you just please watch the Monopoly videos? Yeah, I'm just doing 3,000. Okay, listen, here's an item. Put it up on Amazon in the Monopoly section. Use the Monopoly. So he puts it up and he starts selling 5 to 10 of those a day. And then every day it's like, I sold 4 of these. I sold 6 of these. I sold 7. Will you please just watch the Genesis videos? And then he starts watching those and we get a product in for him that now generates 30 sales a day at about a $15 to $20 profit. So it's a build-up over time. So don't sell yourself short when you're going through. This isn't an arm wrestling match between companies, but this is a build-up all the way from throw your $20 on the table, start changing your life. Don't shortcut anything. Of course, you can do them both at the same time. But if you're brand new and you're just getting going in pro, don't look for I'm just going to push a button and forget about this pro stuff. Build yourself up. Do them both. There's just money everywhere in here. I would say that. Back to you guys for the grand close and the cutoff of whoever tries to do it. And have a good night from me, everyone.
Yes.
I think
All
that's
right,
it.
everybody, have a great night.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right.
Get in bed. Go to bed.